Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how we edit our images here. Basically first I just thought I'd show you, like, this is unedited, this image, and this one here is edited. So obviously straight away you can see that it's been cropped, and if we just look a little bit closer at the sides of the ring and just the colour in general, when we flick back to this one we can see that the colour's been enhanced, the image has been sharpened, and of course it's been cropped. So anyway, basically it's a 7-step process which I'm just going to run you through quickly now, step by step, explaining it, and then after that I'm going to show you how fast it can be done in real time. So first things first, I've got a folder here of like raw, unedited images. Take this one here for the example. So first step is to open it. Now that's step 1 done. Step 2 is just to crop it. Now we have to make sure our aspect ratio here is set to 5 centimeters at width and 3.5 centimeters at height. Now when we're cropping, it's very important to crop really tight. You know, it's literally as tight as you can get it. Not obviously like this. I don't want it done like that. And at the same time, it's very important it isn't cropped with nicely done on one side, but you know, maybe missing a chunk of the ring. Obviously we can see here at the bottom even a bit of the gems missing. So it's important just to get it right with a very fine border around each side and a nice gap equal at the top and the bottom. Okay, now once you've got it where you want it, that's it there, it's cropped. Step 2 done as well. Right, now step 3 is basically just to make sure that the whole image is white, it has a white background. So that can be easily done clicking here to the levels tab, and you've got 3 pipettes to select from, so select the bottom one, and if you just look towards the bottom of the image you'll see there should be, well, there might be a shadow or a reflection where the picture's been taken in a light box. So if there was, you'd click it, so just click and you can see it gets a tad whiter and you've got a nice white background. So that's step 3. After you've done that, well actually sorry, that's sort of the first half of step 3. There's a little bit more like editing on the colour side of things, and this is really important here. Zoom into about 50% so you can have a good look at the ring, and then we're looking at this little graph here which is the colour. Now if I can show you here quickly to emphasise my point, this is no colour and this is too much colour. It's probably a more technical term, but I don't know, I'm afraid. So anyway, let's just drag this over. Basically, yeah, you can see this little gap here. Usually I like to drag it into roughly here. Now I mean, if you're just looking at the image here which is totally raw, you might think, well, it doesn't really need much colour adding in, but it's only until you go in a little bit, maybe to about 28, which is here, 20, 25, you can look at it now and you think, yeah, that looks quite nice. And then if you go back to 0, you can see that it does look a little bit washed out. So this part here is going to be really unique to each ring, and it's going to be up to you to get it right. Now generally from what I've found, it's never in the 40s or anything like that, although that doesn't look bad there at all. It's not really just at the start, but around this sort of area here usually gives you a nice colour, because you're playing with the gemstone more than anything here. You can see it getting lighter and darker. So like I said, you're going to have to look at each image and decide where's best. So at this one I think 25 makes it look pretty nice. So I'm happy with that. We've whitened the background, we've edited the colour. Now that's step 3 out of the way. Step 4 is a nice fast one, which is literally Control, Shift and E, which saves our work, and you can notice over here that we're back to the original screen where we can select any of the tools we need to. Step 5 is basically to sharpen the image. Now there's 2 ways to get to this part. You can click Filter, which is here, and go to Sharpen, and then click Unsharpen Mask. But as you can see here, I've edited my shortcuts on Photoshop to make it much more convenient, which I'll show you at a later date. So click that, or how I was saying, Control Shift and U. So that brings up unsharpen mask. Again, this is only like a fine adjustment. Just quickly note that this has to be set at 50 and this has to be set at 3.0 to make it work. And if I just untick this box, now if you can just like look here around this sort of area, and I'm going to tick it, and then I'm going to untick it and tick it again, you can just see, maybe if you look at these gemstones here and the side of the stone, that when I untick it and then tick it again, it just sharpens it up, especially in here. So I'll untick it once more, you can see it's a little blurry, tick it, and it's good. So literally that's just already done. Once you've done this once, this will be set, this will be set, that'll already be ticked. You're only clicking Control, Shift and U, then clicking OK. After you've done that, you just got to save it, which again, it's not the standard save, it's actually the save for web and devices, which you can see here I've changed the shortcut again. So Control, Shift and S, and then you're here, you're making sure it's a JPEG, the quality is maximum, but similar to the unsharpen tool, once you've done that once, it will be set, for as long as you're doing your project. So anyway, so you literally just come into this, click save, drop it into whatever folder. At the minute I'm working on AC6, and you can see these are all images that I've edited. So I mean, this one I've probably done, but I'm just going to put it as 1000 just for the sake of it. And there we go, that's like one edited image. Quick one now, like I said, I'm just going to show you it in real time so that you can see it doesn't actually take that long. Obviously you probably want to follow the video for the first few times, but literally if you can just watch, I'll try and talk over it. So we're here, we've opened it, 50% zoom, crop to about there. Yep, that's lovely. Hit enter, then I'm looking for the tool here, the white pipette, make sure I've got a white background, which I have. Drag a bit of colour in, so look, that's too much there. Come back. Yeah, about there is good. In fact, it's bringing a nice bit of purple into the stone. The band looks a nice colour, which is good. Then I'm Control Shift E, U, enter, Control Shift S, enter. I put my code in, enter, and that's actually done. So just